Anyone else feel like their PS4 has been a $400 paperweight for the last few months? Me too. But Infamous Second Son looks pretty good. So we might actually have an exclusive that's worthwhile to play. No, I'm sorry, Knack, you let me down. There's just one small problem. I've never played any of the Infamous games. So to remedy that, and because it was suggested, I'm going to play all of the games this month, capping it off with Second Son, hopefully soon after it releases. So everyone, welcome to inFAMARCH. Everyone wants to be a superhero. Cool powers, an awesome wardrobe. Okay, cool powers. Who wouldn't want that? Well, the thing everyone forgets is that it usually comes at the cost of a catastrophic event. I mean, sure, Spider-Man got off with only a bug bite, but look at our hero in this game, Cole McGrath. Just a bike messenger trying to deliver a package, then BAM! An explosion wipes out half the city and kills thousands. But in the middle of the blast lays Cole. A little crispy, but still alive.
What the hell happened?
And he apparently evolved into Pikachu. After crossing the bridge to safety, he collapses into a coma while the city goes into panic. When he awakes, he has to learn to control his powers, using them for such breathtaking tasks as turning on Zeke's TV and knocking the heads off mannequins. He gets badass in time. So after some exposition where Zeke talks about pissing on a cop or something, whatever, you arrive at the town center where some supplies are dangling from a tower. Free them to get ambushed by the Reapers. No, not quite. These guys were a bunch of drug dealers, but then they, well, let's just let her say it.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff.
After zapping them, you're faced with your first karma decision. Much like Fable and Knights of the Old Republic, this game uses a good and evil karma system. It basically comes down to simple A or B choices throughout the game, with negligible differences made to the story. Still, it affects the gameplay, such as how civilians react to you and what powers you get, so I guess that's the important thing.
Someone had to help them.
For the sake of these reviews, I'm going to stick to the good karma path, because that's what's considered canon. And also because I'm kind of a wimp and I feel bad attacking people in video games. Shut up. Stop judging me. Now, random conspiracy theorist man accuses you of being a terrorist. Which your loving girlfriend believes. Bitch. So you and Zeke make your way to the bridge to try and escape the quarantine. But when you get to the end, you're met with a wall of turrets that take out everyone. Except the fat guy and the bright flashing targets. Somehow you conveniently jump into a room with Moya, an FBI agent standing on the other side of a glass wall. She tells you that you're now tasked with finding her husband John. Now, back to the town, but not before crossing these pipes to get there. Maybe it's just because I'm really impatient, but I found these to be a real pain in the ass. Meet back up with Zeke, who... Michael Phelps, is this the real world? After some boring tutorial missions, you have to try and find an electrician, who ends up being down in the sewer guarding the substation. These sections are kind of cool. I mean, you get a new power every time you start them off, and then the rest basically serves as a giant playground for you to test out your brand new powers. Next, we have to shut down all of these fountains, which are poisoning the folks of Empire City. Oh, hi, Trish. Glad to know that even though I'm here to help and save people, you're still a bitch. Turn the valve and get gunk shot in your eyes. Did I seriously write that? And now you get some hallucinations of translucent reapers and a woman with a sexy voice trying to seduce you. Cole, real talk? I think she'd make a good rebound. What? She sounds like a freak! It's awesome. 2 more valves, then you go to blow up the tanker to put a stop to it. For now, anyways. Next up, we have to rescue a train full of people in hopes that John is one of the passengers. It's nice that not everything comes down to a simple A or B choice, but I wish it came down to a little bit more than to injure or not to injure. Now we have to get rid of the black goop again, and with it a smaller karma choice. Overload it and infect everyone, or knock it down and risk getting sprayed. There's just no non-sexual way to say that. After another substation, Trish wants you to guard a box of medical supplies. After accusing you of killing everyone, of course. Most games botch the guard missions and whatnot, but they give you plenty of leeway here. And it's actually kind of fun and a little challenging. But enough about that, it's time for our first boss fight, Sasha the Freak. She's underwhelming. I have a more difficult time against these guys with turrets. And this ledge. Now it's on to the second island, the Warrens. Why is it a person's name? After turning on another substation, you find Trish's friend to help you lower the drawbridge. And here's one of the more frustrating parts of this game. You have to take down these two guys with precision mode, and you basically take them down at the same time. Doesn't sound so difficult, except with the Dustmen, it's hard to figure out where their heads are because of their big bulking backs. So if you only knock one of them down and don't kill him, by the time you realize it, he's already stood up and killed the engineer. It's kind of cheap sometimes. Now you have to fight through a few waves of enemies and guard him while he's in the process of fixing the bridge. This is actually kind of cool though, because he can take some hits, and even if he gets knocked down, you can just heal him and let him get right back up. After a few waves, you have to go to the other side of the bridge and pretty much just repeat the mission all over again. Once the bridge is down, Zeke calls you up for a booty call. God, I hate this guy. No, seriously, I don't like him at all. I know what they were going for. He's kind of the classic overachiever, trying to do more than he actually can, but he's never good. He always fails. And it gets really annoying because you have to bail him out. Like this next mission. Now we got kidnapped by the Dustmen, and we have to climb up to the most frustrating mission in the entire game and save him. Thanks, Zeke. I should have left you in the cage. After a couple dumb missions where you're gathering intel or something, we have to escort Trish and her bus from one island to the other. I still haven't figured out why the bus and the crate from earlier have the same amount of health, but whatever, I beat the mission. And now we get attacked by Alden, who was the leader of the First Sons, and now he's just that crazy homeless guy in the corner telling you about Jesus. After he uses the Force to launch the bus to the top, you have to rescue Trish. And now she will either want you again, or break up with you again. You know, I kinda don't want you back, considering no matter how much good I did, you still called me Electric Satan. Seriously, do that. Next, we arrest Alden. Well, we don't do it. Someone else does. We don't even see Alden, just his electric silhouette. We kill some guys and duke it out here with his golem. Oh, he's in the golem! Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know that.
Holy crap.
Wow, I'm stupid. Well, now we're going to the prison to make sure he doesn't... God damn it, Zeke. Whatever. Turn on the power to a new section and now you... Oh god, kill me now. A helicopter chase? These missions already suck bad enough in Grand Theft Auto and Driver when you have a car to chase them. Now I have to do it with parkour? You know, this would be a good time to mention the fact that... Why don't I have a sprint button? I mean, I understand I'm still kinda human, but... You're telling me I can't be faster than random civilian with the plague number 426? Whatever. We finally tracked down John, who tells us that Moya is full of crap. There's a surprise. There's only 3 women characters in this game, and they're all crazy. Now we're finally going to get that ray sphere. After Zeke falls off the elevator a couple of times. I don't know what happened either. We beat some Dustmen and... Come on, Zeke! I get it! You want superpowers, you feel insignificant, and you screwed up. I get it. But
Barely felt.
how is this helping? Before we can take care of Zeke, we have to go take care of one of the problems he left for us, and we kill Alden, who's rampaging on the bridge. Well, we don't kill him. We don't even take him into custody. He just kinda goes away. Never to be seen again in this game. Or Infamous 2. Maybe he'll show back up in Second Son. Now it's time to deal with Kessler and the First Sons. After finding some bombs, we have to decide whether to save Trish or 6 doctors. I'm sorry, Trish, but, they never stabbed me in the back when I needed them most. Bye-bye, princess! After acquiring a freaking lightning storm, we have to destroy these balloons that are poisoning the city. Sounds easy, but you have to take down 4 of them, spread across all 3 islands. That's okay, I don't want a car or any other means of transportation to make it faster. I'll just ride the rails that almost go to where I'm going. Now we really hunker down to end it once and for all. First, we have to shut down 3 jammers, but we ride there on a soft blanket of electric death. Take them out, and now we can move on to taking out 3 anti-aircraft guns so we can drop some sort of bomb to gas everyone so we can get the ray sphere back. But they escape with it, and then we... come on, not another one! Chase them to the dock, where we have to clear out these enemies to get to the end and get the ray sphere. Or you could just be like me and run right past them. Now we make our final choice. Do we destroy the ray sphere, doing what we vowed to do this entire time? Or we could use the ray sphere, kill more people, and get more power.
Trish's crumpled body
Well,
flashes through
I'm sure John pretends he cares, but he dies at the end, so it doesn't matter. And now it's time for our final showdown with Kessler. This fight can be tedious and kind of a pain, but it's not really difficult, even on hard mode. You either put up your shield, roll, or glide, depending on what attack he's using. The hardest part is when he summons these stupid things. After you beat him, he tells you the truth.
And then I heard him whisper,
Kessler is your father.
"Forgive me."
Oh, no, wait, no.
Fingers
Kessler is you.
As
From the
Kessler's
future.
secrets played out in my head.
It's a little cliche, but it's kind of cool, and it makes sense. And once again, besides one line of dialogue in the post-credit scene, your karma doesn't affect a damn thing.
What's going to happen the first time?
And that was Infamous. So, how's it hold up after 5 years? Well, graphically, not that well. Everything just looks really gray and bland and boring. Even the colors that are supposed to pop, like the orange in the Reaper's clothing, don't. They're dulled down. The comic book style cutscenes are cool, but that's the only saving grace. I mean, when they use the actual in-game models to do cutscenes, it looks like something from the last generation. And don't even start with the whole "it's a launch title" thing, because it's not. It was made in 2009, which means this, these, and that had already been released. But honestly, the worst part about this game is Empire City itself. It's just boring, it's uninspired, and there's duplicate areas all over the map. I mean, the only real way you can tell the difference between the 3 islands is just based on the amount of destruction each of them have. The Neon District is pretty much fine. The Warrens is kind of broken up, and there's a bunch of trash everywhere because of the Dustmen, and then the Historic District is obviously Ground Zero. But that's it. Other than that, I mean, can you think of any landmarks? I couldn't even remember where the hell Zeke's place was. But that's not why everyone loves this game. It's the gameplay itself, and yeah, it's really good. The powers are all cool and pretty easy to use, and with a little bit of tinkering, every single one of them will be useful. The climbing aspect can be a little frustrating because he likes to stick to every single climbable surface automatically, which in their other series, Sly Cooper, works fine. But in this game, where everything is a climbable surface, it can get really annoying to get some of these precise jumps. Have fun going up the jailhouse. The story's okay. It's nothing terrible like what you get out of a regular shooter, but it's not going to rival any RPGs. And hell, if you're going to play Infamous 2, this is a prerequisite. A lot of this stuff is the foundation for what happens in that game. So, luckily, it'll only take you a few hours to blow through it if you're really efficient and skip all the side quests. But if you're like me and you're going for all the trophies, then the stunts and the shard collecting will be a pain in the ass. Luckily, I happen to know an expert. Miguel, the host of the Captain Planet Super Show. So, Miguel, any tips on getting these stunts? This is why he doesn't have any videos posted yet. Well guys, we're moving right along. Now it's time for Infamous 2. Is it any better than the original? Who the hell are these two? Join me next week to find out. Seriously, is that supposed to be Zeke and Cole?
Just open the door, then I'll walk right in. I've done this before, land everywhere. And I'm on the list, someday to resign.
After I finish filming this, I'm going to sit down with my pint of Chubby Hubby Ben & Jerry's, and instead of editing the video like I should do because I'm responsible, I'll probably watch some YouTube videos. I haven't seen a new Nostalgia Critic in a couple of weeks, so I got some stuff to do. inFAMARCH will run until May.